we've seen that match 4 times now. Pico 4-0 against Rutherford. But Rutherford
closed the gap a little in their last, very dominant last year for Pico. It was a different match this year in Las Vegas. Those guys aren't afraid to show that they don't like each other also.
You're definitely spot on that analysis, man. They no love lost between those two, and that is for sure.
So in 66, I was getting ready to say Joseph and Rutherford could hit in that final, both Nittany Lion guys. Also here we've got Hammond and Manville. You know, Manville verbally committed to the Nittany Lions. Hammond, a Nittany Lion currently, he's got the takedown and up 2-0. That's Garett Hammond in the blue singlet.
Yeah, and Hammond, you know, this is one of those things, youth versus experience. Hammond, like we mentioned before, got some great experience this year at the NCAA level for the Nittany Lions, and he's one of these guys that appears to have clicked. And Manville, you know, is still in high school. You know, he does have a lot of experience, but not to the level of Hammond at this high of a level, I should say.
And you would almost think the weight class for Mason Manville probably not ideal here at the junior and senior level, going from 66 kilos to 74. He's probably a guy that would fit into the 70-kilogram weight class much better.
Absolutely, a little bit undersized here, but you know, this is a good test for him. You know, he's going to be wrestling Garett Hammond. You got to imagine quite a bit.
And in the quarterfinal match on mat 3, this is
Manville loses his tape. Nice kick job from the official to get that off the mat. But you know, I'm impressed with the start by Garett Hammond. You know, one thing I'm interested in is the freestyle chops of Hammond. You know, Manville's one of these guys who's wrestled, you know, freestyle all day, every day. He's been in there a lot with the international styles.
And you go on, talk about Manville's Greco-Roman experience. Hammond has a nasty, nasty headlock. And if he continues to lead here, it's going to be interesting to see if Manville's going to look in to get in there if we see that headlock come out from Hammond.
Well, Hammond, he's doing an excellent job with his offense. Another single leg, close to getting the takedown here. And there it is, takedown 2 for Garett Hammond, and he's up 6-0 on Mason Manville. And
well
Hammond's
done.
Looking really, really solid.
And well done in the quad pod there. You
Absolutely.
see he comes out to the edge, he steps on the foot, blocks it off, pulls forward on that gut wrench, and has no problem getting Manville supporting points down to the mat.
Yeah, Manville, he gets up and hops a little bit. Was limping a little bit on his left leg. We got a nice flow going here on mat 2. Like how I did that? I'm funny, man. It's all right. You can laugh.
When it comes from Willie, it's got to be flow.
The one thing I will say about Mason Manville, not out of a match at any point, no matter if he's down by 9 or he's down by 1 or he's winning by, you know, he's still in this match. He has the chops. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
And with the experience, one thing you see from the Greco guys, gut wrenches. You see at the senior level when they train with the freestyle guys and the Greco guys, they always talk about how much better the Greco guys are at gut wrenching. And that's something that he can transition into this freestyle bout where he could score those points and punches.
We'll be interested to see if Manville gets an opportunity on top. That could totally swing the match dynamics 180. It's like we said before, he's been wrestling Greco, I think, more than freestyle. He won the Pan Am medal in Greco, wrestled at Greco trials. He's gone overseas and wrestled Greco. You know, he's in that Greco room a lot, and he's one of these guys that could wrestle both styles. You know, down the line on the senior level, which, you know, Matt Lindland really wants to get those freestyle guys wrestling Greco, and he's starting young. He's starting young with these guys like Mason Manville and getting them in the room. So great experience for him, no matter what he likes to do in the future.
And a little schedule change. We talked about the quarterfinals being on 1 and 2. We do have a quarterfinal on mat 3 right now with Logan Massa and Joe Smith. So we kind of said it was going to be consolations on 3, quarters on 1 and 2. So we do have some quarterfinals headed into mat 3.
So we're about 40 seconds here in the second period. Manville and Hammond. And Manville, it looks like he's trying to slow things down a little bit with Hammond. You know, try to go to his 2-on-1 and stay upper body ties, really grind on him, and probably going to see a late flurry at the end. And, you know, I got to imagine he thinks, like you said, if I can get on top, I can get a lead here.
And you have to wonder, with Manville's travel schedule and everything, has he been in the Nittany Lion room much? You know, he's wrestling under Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. Has he been up there? Are these guys familiar with each other? And could that play a little role in this bout, that they're the familiarity?
If they are, I mean, it absolutely plays a role. I mean, the guys that are familiar with each other, you typically see the lower scoring matches, unless it's a big brother scenario, which I don't think we have here. But most of the time, you know, you see tight matches, close 1 or 2 scenarios, 1 or 2 scrambles, 1 takedown is the difference. And right now, you know, Hammond really hasn't been able to get anything going here in the second period due to Manville's strategy. You know, he's sticking to that 2-on-1, utilizing his Greco.
But when you're up 6 points,
yeah,
I'm not going to force anything.
That too. No reason to force anything. But Manville, now it's time to go if you're Mason Manville. A minute left. You know, you got to figure you need a takedown. You need a couple turns. You need some time to work. And as I say that, Hammond in on the single leg, and he's looking to finish here. Converted here earlier in the match. An official going to stop it. They're going to say Manville's knee got tweaked a little bit. I think his knee is banged up. I saw him limping there early in the first period, and he's trying to shake it off now.
6-2, 15 seconds to go in the first period. Marsteller with the lead. Green throws him across the mat, pushes him. That's how he gains his footing. Over on mat 3, Massa and Smith. Massa leads 4-0.
As we
And another goal behind, right in front of us here.
we talked about that Nittany Lion connection, and you know, you've got Coach Cunningham in the corner for Hammond, and Lehigh Valley Athletic Club coach in Manville.
Coach Buxton.
Coach Buxton, familiar from Blair with Manville. And so even though he's registered under Nittany Lion, he does have Buxton in the corner there.
Well, and Hammond, he's in on the shot attempt again. It looks like this is probably where we're going to end the match. Hammond on top, up 8-0. And really, again, impressed with Garett Hammond. You know, able to take out, even though he's a young Mason Manville, a solid, tough experience Mason Manville. And he moves on.
Semi-final here. Interesting. South Central PA, guys. Chance Marsteller leads at the break on mat 1. If he